In today's video, I'm going to be replacing the glow plugs on this Audi A3 1.6 TDI. Those of you who have already seen my shorts video will already know that on the first cold day of this autumn, this engine management light came on and stayed on during a cold start. I performed a scan on this car and it came back with glow plug number 3 error. There is often a debate as to whether or not you should remove glow plugs from a hot engine or a cold engine. I'm going to be removing these from a hot engine for reasons that I will go on to explain. Normal operating temperature. We remove the engine cover. And the glow plugs are right here, very accessible. These are all released. By releasing these, you get a bit more free wire so you can move the caps right out the way. With the glow plugs disconnected, you can now see the glow plugs down in the recesses here. It's a good idea to spray some compressed air in there just to clear out any debris so it doesn't end up entering the engine. It's a good idea to spray them with some penetrating fluid for a few days, but it's difficult when your car's in constant use. I'm using this car all the time, so it's not really practical just to take this out of use for a couple of days and leave it all soaking. But if you can, it's a good idea to daily soak these and just give them the best chance of coming out. Let's take a moment to talk about the parts, because these were a bargain. Most places wanted £15 to £25 each for a glow plug. I only really wanted Bosch or Beru, and I found these for £6, reduced from 26 on Eurocar Parts website. So the only downside was they didn't have them in stock anywhere that local, so I did have to go a little bit out of my way to collect them, but it wasn't a problem. It was worth it. I was kind of in the area anyway. £6 each, that is a steal. I also bought this ceramic grease, which you'll see me use when I fit the new glow plugs. As you will see, glow plugs are very thin. There's potential that this could be seized in the head. There's potential the thread could be seized, and I really don't want to break the old ones off in the head as I try to remove them. We need a deep 10mm socket. I bought some freeze spray, and my theory is that the engine is hot, therefore the metal has expanded. Now, by freeze spraying the glow plug, technically the glow plug will contract, and then there's less chance of it breaking off. Just a word of caution with this stuff, it is minus 50 degrees apparently when it comes out of this can. We definitely don't want that on us or in our eyes, so extreme caution. That one came undone beautifully, and I'll remove it with a magnet. I'm going to be keeping these in order because I'm going to be testing their resistance values once they're out. Number 2. The all-important number 3. Bear in mind this is the one that's actually defective. Yes. It's free. Here it is, the little devil. And the last one. Can we have a full house here? Yes. That was the least tight of them all. And here they all are, 1 to 4. Let's check their resistance values and compare them to the new ones. That's a new one. So let's get checking the resistance values. Cylinder 1, still good. Cylinder 2. Yep, that's good too. Cylinder 3, now this hopefully has a bad reading. Yes, look at that. And finally, cylinder 4. Yeah, that one's good too. But we know they've been in there for 117,000 miles, so I'm changing the whole set anyway. I'm now going to apply this grease to the new glow plugs. So a little bit of grease around the thread, and I'm just going to put some along here. None on the tip though, as that's the bit that glows, as they're glow plugs. Just a light covering here and a bit more on the threads. This is really making it future proof, so we don't have problems getting these out. Probably won't be a me problem, to be honest, but it's still best to apply this. They are ready to be reinstalled. So don't go crazy. It looks like there's a lot more on there than there actually is from the camera, but there's just a light film of that lubricant. The key at this point is to refit these very carefully without touching this on any surfaces on the way in, otherwise it's just going to pick up grit and dirt, and I don't want that in this grease. It's hard to keep my hand steady. I'd make a useless brain surgeon. They are all in there. We retighten them. Carefully, so we don't cross thread them. But they're fairly good at lining up due to the fact they're quite a tight fit. Might be a little bit difficult to see here, but it does say that these should be torqued to 15 to 20 Newton meters. So I went somewhere in the middle and tightened these to 17. It's really not very tight. Refit the connections. You feel quite a positive click. And refit these clips. Everything's connected, everything's back in place. Now time to reset the full coats. I use Carista for VW Group cars. I'm expecting there to be more than just the one full coat for that number 3 glow plug, because I did actually have the ignition on when they were all disconnected at one point. So I'm fully expecting all 4 to come up, which I think they have right here. Yep, all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's reset those. There's some sort of radio fault there, I don't know what that is. CD changer. I don't think I've even got one. That's probably why that's showing. A bit off topic, I know. All reset. I'll disconnect this first. Now let's go for startup. The glow plug's first outing. No lights. Excellent. Engine cover refitted and job done. Well, I'm very pleased that that was a very straightforward job, as it's something I hadn't been looking forward to. I didn't want those glow plugs to break. Realistically, I did everything I could to ensure that they came out without breaking. There's only so much you can do, and they may have just come out anyway without the freeze spray and without getting the engine hot. Who knows? We'll never know, but I'm really pleased that that went well. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in another video very soon.